Welcome, everybody, to Cornubia Sports Complex as the Logan Thunder host their first ever QBL quarterfinal, taking on the Cairns Marlins. I'm John Guarna, and I'm joined tonight by Dave Derwin. Dave, this is a huge matchup and a huge opportunity for Logan. First time ever hosting the game on their home court, a quarterfinal nonetheless.
Yeah, absolutely, and I think, again, they've had a good crowd all year, and they haven't disappointed, rolling out everyone to try and will their guys through to the next round.
It's going to be a great matchup. These teams met not too long ago, Dave, and it was a huge Logan win in that one. Let's take a quick look at that game for us.
Yeah, well, it really wasn't much of a game in the end, but they certainly won by 25 plus, and really were quite convincing winners, and that was here. So I guess for Logan, they'll certainly be remembering that, and for the Cairns guys, you know, Johnny, they've always had a really veteran program, so this has been a bit of a transition for them. A couple of younger guys that they've had involved. So, I mean, they're still decent, and I certainly would still fear the Marlin if I was Logan.
Well, I had a chance to catch up with both head coaches before the game. Let's have a chat. Let's have a listen to what Logan had to say in his pregame interview. With Logan Thunder head coach Logan. Huge quarterfinal game, first home quarterfinal for the Logan Thunder. Pretty good achievement. How you guys feeling heading into the big matchup?
Yeah, obviously any quarterfinal where you're hosting, you kind of feel like you're fairly lucky. So that was one of our goals moving forward, to be in a position to kind of play in front of our home fans. And this year's probably gone to another level with that, and it's really helped the boys kind of keep them motivated every time we come on this court at Cornubia. It's generally a new team. So we're excited, we're pumped. So we'll see what happens.
You had a big win against Cairns on this court a couple weeks ago. How much do you take out of that heading into the elimination quarterfinal?
Yeah, look, I think it's one of those things. I think they had a second game against Gold Coast the day after, so they probably put the cue in the rack kind of come fourth quarter. So we got up big kind of early, and then they tried a few things, and then they just decided to kind of shut it down a little bit. But look, we take confidence out of it, obviously knowing that we can minimise, a team's offense to 60-something points is always a positive. So obviously we're trying to replicate that again. We expect them to be a bit more fired up and a little bit more hungry. So just being able to kind of be a bit confident knowing their game and knowing that we've put them away pretty convincingly is a good thing. But again, it's a new season right now, so we're definitely taking it. It's a new team coming in right now.
How has the prep been this week?
Yeah, pretty good. Unfortunately, Mitch Young's been NBL commitments, so he's been away for 2 weeks now. So not ideal from a coaching standpoint, but you kind of want to chuck in some wrinkles here and there to make sure that you're ready for anyone's kind of change-ups. But look, Youngie's a smart guy. Our system's pretty free-flowing and based around kind of a certain style, so he kind of fits in pretty perfectly to that. We don't complicate it for him. So look, not ideal, a couple of niggling injuries, but like I said to you during the week, every team's carrying a little bit of injuries, so we're no different. But apart from that, yeah, it's that time of year. You just got to find something from within and keep going and keep pushing.
In your opinion, what's it going to take for the Thunder to get a win and head to the semis?
Look, just playing our style, I think. Again, you can play it over in your head a million times and find out, what are they going to do? What are we going to do if this happens? But I think it's just, live in the moment and enjoy the challenge. A team's going to come in here in your home court with nothing to lose and start swinging. So I read something earlier, they were going to come out and try and throw the first punch. So we want that to happen. We've got the crowd behind us, and we've got a very confident basketball team who play for each other and play the right way. So look, we just want to be ourselves realistically, and we've just got to be ready. The games we've lost this year, we've kind of got ahead of ourselves. So I think it's just to make sure we're ready to go, play our style, and dig in for each other. And I think we'll be all right tonight. So we'll see what happens.
Awesome. Thanks, Luke. Good luck tonight.
Thank you, John. Thanks.
All right, that was Logan Thunder head coach Luke Can. Dave, what are your keys to the game for Logan to pull out the big quarterfinal win?
Well, I think for them it's a bit of more of the same. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. I mean, they've done a good job of sharing their points in the paint with balancing with three-point attempts. They do a good job. They're the third. They made the third most threes this season. So more of the same. They're not a great. They don't get to the line a great deal, so that might help them in this little campaign if they want to progress to the finals again when maybe the shot's not falling. So again, that penetrate and pitch action for getting foul line. But otherwise, offensively, they've been really good all year, and I just think for them it's the same thing. Stay with what it is, balance the floor, get the guys that you need to get the guys going, and they've done it with a good staple defense as well.
All right, well, that was the Logan head coach, Luke Can, we heard from. Also had a chance to catch up with Cairns Marlins head coach Jamie O'Loughlin. Let's have a listen to what Coach O'Loughlin had to say pregame. With Cairns Marlins head coach Jamie O'Loughlin. Jamie, big quarterfinal here. How's the boys' preparation this week been?
It's been pretty good. We come off a win last weekend and probably much needed. We dropped a couple of games leading into that. The training was pretty willing and the guys are ready to go.
Any special to this game with Mitch Young playing? I know you've been working with him up in the Taipans. He mentioned there's a little chat going on during the week at training.
Oh, look, I mean, that's just banter that goes on. I mean, that's I think, par for the course. But no, not really. I mean, we're doing our thing, he's doing his thing. And the link between the two in this particular instance is pretty thin. So we're really focused on the QBL stuff here and not really, the NBL stuff.
What's going to take for the Marlins to win this game and move on to the semifinals, in your opinion?
Yeah, well, we're going to do a better job defending them, particularly, in transition and also rebounding. Those two areas, we gave up, far too many opportunities last time, and we've got to tidy those things up. And obviously, just offensively, we had a pretty off night with the shooting. I mean, it was one of our worst, shooting performances. Guys missed so many wide open looks. They're not that bad. They'll shoot better tonight. How much better remains to be seen, but I'm sure it'll be better than last time.
And all healthy, all hands on deck tonight.
Yeah, which is really good. We haven't actually had a full team at full strength. Everyone worked out during the week. As I said, at shoot-around today, the vibe was good.
All right, well, best of luck tonight, Coach O'Loughlin. Hope you guys can get one.
Yeah, thank you very much.
All right, that was head coach Jamie O'Loughlin from Cairns. Dave, what are your keys to the game for the Marlins to come into Logan and reverse that result from a few weeks back?
Well, I think rebounding is really critical. They're both decent rebounding teams, but for Cairns, it's keeping Young and Shea off the glass is critical. If you can limit them, they go and get you 5 or 6 extra possessions and 10, 12 extra points. So if they can limit that, that's a big key. The other thing is pace. They're the slowest team in the league. So if they can control the tempo a little bit, that'll help them because Logan actually is the third quickest. So they want to play fast. So if Cairns can control the pace, that'll really help them have a chance later in the game.
How do you keep a tandem like Obi Shea and Mitch Young off the glass? Not many teams have been successful doing it, and Cairns really struggled in that loss.
Well, they do, and I think for Cairns, they've got the big bodies that can do it, Johnny. It's just that really locking in and knowing your assignment. And the thing that I'd be weary of if I'm a Logan supporter is, unfortunately, these damn Cairns guys, they know it's game time, right? And they've been doing this for years. And so, it's a big difference in the playoffs, and guys can switch on, know their assignments better, the scouts are better. So they can't rely on those cheap offensive rebounds. And if Cairns can really make it a real dirty, gritty game and slow, that'll suit them as well, because I think they've got a lot of big bodies that they can throw at Logan.
And for Logan, first home game, first quarterfinals. We know they get a great crowd. You can see it here. Amazing intros. Logan's been doing such a great job. Does that add extra pressure, though, if you're a Logan Thunder player?
I don't think so. I mean, I certainly would just think it's just, adding to the atmosphere and the positivity. So I think that's great. I mean, this is one of the best crowds in the league. Their intros are great. And I just think the Logan guys will all be pumped up. And, they play a pretty short bench. So there's realistically, they play like a 6 or 7 man rotation. So the guys know what they need to do. It's just whether they can deliver on the night.
Talking about the bench, Dave, do you see that as an advantage for Cairns? They go much deeper than Logan, and they do it quite consistently.
Well, I think the key is just the production. So if Cairns guys can come in and do things, then that'll certainly help them out, because they really know, as Mitch Young goes, so goes Logan. And so if they can limit him to, say, 16 and 8 and frustrate him into turnovers and things like that, that'll really help him out as well.
All right, well, we'll just take a quick pause for the singing of the national anthem. If that doesn't get you excited, Dave, I don't know what will.
Yeah, good rendition from the young fella, the local young fella.
That was an amazing rendition of the Australian national anthem. Always gets me a bit excited, Dave. This is it, though. Single game elimination. We're into the finals. It feels like only yesterday that we were just tipping off the season. Where has the time gone, really?
It has been a pretty quick season. And again, I think the last time we were here, Obi Shea was going glass off Simmons for a nice little lob. But last week, a Greenwich and a couple others tried to steal it for plays of the year, Johnny.
They sure did. We had lots of highlights in that game last week, and I'm expecting a lot of highlights here. We've got some really talented players and some really interesting matchups. One of the key matchups for me tonight, Dave, is at the point guard spot. Rayshawn Simmons, when you look at him statistically, it doesn't really jump out at you minus the assist.
Yeah. But
he's been so huge for Logan, and he's going to be matched up with Kansas captain Anthony Fisher. What do you see in that matchup?
Well, I think they're both terrific players. And I think, again, if they can try and limit Simmons probing and getting feet in the paint, that will really help out Cairns as well, because he's, as you say, lead the league in assists, and he's been terrific. But again, he really wants to be a facilitator, so he likes to pass the ball first. So if you can step off him a little bit, possibly encourage him to score the ball a bit more too, Johnny, I think that might take them out of the Logan offense a little bit. And as for Fisher, well, he's been a terrific player and key to some of their championships in previous years. We saw a Cairns game earlier in the year, and I think he was coming off a bit of an injury concern. So it'd be nice to see the Fisher of old come back in and lead the Cairns boys tonight.
And the other matchup, who do you see matching up with Mitch Young and Obi Shea for the Marlins? You mentioned in your pregame that keeping Young and Shea off the glass is going to be key for Cairns. How do you see them matching up?
Well, they got some big guys. I mean, obviously you got Noella and Jelena, and as well as Klavosic. So you've got three big bods who can all I guess, just have three-headed monster at Young most of the night, because they basically play him at a 5 and then have shooters around him. And Obi Shea effectively is one of those terrific guys where he doesn't need much stuff run for him. He just goes and collects it and so forth and just plays a role. So, I think if you can try and limit Young's efficiency, because he is super efficient, then that's another thing that Cairns are going to try and focus on.
Yeah, I was messaging with Mitch Young earlier this week, and he mentioned he's been up in Cairns getting ready for the season with the Taipans, working very closely with Coach O'Loughlin and assistant coach up in the Taipans, and he said there's been a lot of chatter in training this week, so he thinks it's going to be a really good game. I think so too. I'm going to put you on the spot. You've been giving me predictions all season long. What's your prediction for this one?
Well, I'm gonna think the Logan crowd might get him home by 4.
A Logan win by 4. All right, I like that. Cairns certainly more than capable of pulling off the upset.
Absolutely.
I think it's going to be really interesting to see, and for me, the start is going to be a key, Dave. Cairns mentioned they want to come out and really punch them in the mouth early, get on top of them, because if you get this crowd into it early, or take them out early, it's a big advantage if you can.
Yeah, and Logan's been interesting. Overall, they've been really good, but they were terrific here against Townsville, and then we saw them against Pirates, and they were pathetic. But equally, we probably saw them at their best and worst. So I think, other than that, they've been pretty consistent all year long. So they love playing here, and they love playing in front of their home team. So I think it'll be a terrific game.
Yeah, so we see the teams coming out, and you see Logan starting out with Mick Cedar, Tommy Amar, Rayshawn Simmons, Obi Shea, and Mitch Young. And Cairns is going to counter with Krislovich, Nuelu, Fisher, Jerlina, and Kwani. Mitch Young in the center, getting set for the tip. He's going to be jumping with Michael Luelu. If the tip is up, it's won by Cairns, and the Marlins will have the opportunity to put the first points on the board in this elimination quarterfinal live from Cornubia Park Sports Complex. Good show there by Amar. They go inside Nuelu. He spins away from the contact, flips it up, it's no good. Fisher, though, sneaks in the O-board.
Yeah, good move early.
Again, Nuelu inside. His left-handed shot is short. Offensive rebound. Putback is good.
Too big, too strong.
Nuelu puts the first points on the board. And how about Nuelu doing work inside on the glass?
Yeah, I really like the intent early. Absolutely hammering it inside. Oh, nice move, Simmons.
Simmons makes his way to the bucket to even the score at 2.
Well, Hope D not existent early on that first possession for the Marlins, Johnny.
Fisher nearly has it stolen. Kwani on the wing, gets inside, kicks it out. Jerlina is going to fire a 3. That's an air ball, but offensive rebound and put back by Kwani. Seems like a bit of a role reversal, Dave. Looks like Cairns doing a bit of work early on the offensive glass. And Shea is fouled on his way to the basket. He'll take 2 shots. So first foul of the game goes against Cairns. Obi Shea on the season from the charity stripe, shoots at 71%, hits the first one.
I'd like to know how many people they get in here, Johnny. Good crowd.
It's a great crowd. They're loud too here in Logan. Shea hits them both. So none of that 4. What are you seeing here early, Dave, from both sides?
Well, I think Cairns, again, is really trying to establish Nuelu down low. And Fish takes a great drive. They've had a couple of easy ones rim out, but again, really putting pressure on the Logan defense. They're going at the rim every time.
Cedars 3 rolls home. That's a good sign for Logan. Mick Cedar can get going early. Could be a quick night for Cairns.
Yeah, absolutely. And he's one of those veterans that he's been around.
Again, Nuelu gets free inside to lay it up and in.
Well, he's been super aggressive in this first quarter.
Shea through the contact, finishes with a high arcing shot. 9-6 the lead for Logan, about 7:40 to go in the first quarter. Krislovich squares up against Young, goes to his left hand, hook shot too strong. Young using the hesitation, goes to the left hand. His left-handed hook is good. Mitch Young, ambidextrous.
And everything came out of Simmons' penetration, Johnny. They needed to help off him, and that created that little extra bit of room for Young to operate.
Nuelu again inside, gets it out. Jerlina picks up his dribble back to Nuelu. Now out to Kwani. 3-pointer from the wing is good for Kwani.
And Nuelu's been in everything for Cairns, whether he's posting up and then kicking out again.
Rayshawn Simmons gets called for the travel. He lost it on the way up. And they gave Kwani a flop warning a couple of possessions earlier from the contact with Shea.
Don't even get me started. I just think it's ridiculous. He was trying to draw a charge. It was just a good no call.
They got to put it on the books, though, to the warning, because it leads to a technical if there's the next one.
Yeah.
So Jerlina from 3 is short. Tommy Amar with the defensive rebound. It's been a pretty fast start to the game, Dave. Feels like a Logan pace kind of game as Young gets free inside for the layup.
Well, Cairns equally have been pretty. They've been pretty happy to play this pace too, Johnny. So I mean, if they've just had a couple of shots in and out.
Simmons gets inside again and lays it in. Rayshawn Simmons very aggressive here to start also. He's got 4.
And this is where I think Cairns just need to be patient and not get in the track meet. I think they've got enough experience on their roster where they can go into half-court sets.
Kwani again from 3. That one is short off the front of the rim. And Shea with another defensive rebound. Cedar again, top of the key 3. That one's off the side of the rim. Nuello with the defensive rebound. Jerlina trying to get inside. He's fouled on his way to the rim. Not sure they're going to give this one to. Let's see who the referees hand it out.
I'd say O.B. Shea.
It's going to go against Mitch Young. His first personal, the team's first. And Jerlina is going to go to the free throw line for 2 shots where he shoots about 77.5% on the season.
Well, although they've come out and shooting only 4 of 11, Johnny, a lot of good looks at the rim, good threes off pitch and penetrate. So, I wouldn't be too disconcerted there. I mean, Logan 6 of 6, 15 points. That's the big difference in the game right now is they've just missed a couple of shots that they shouldn't have. But I think it'll all work its way out as this first half unfolds.
Yeah, we've seen what happens when Logan can get hot early. That game against Townsville, it just felt like they couldn't miss.
Yeah.
And they just have shooters all over the floor as well. Here's one of them, McCedar from the wing. That's too strong. Kwani with the defensive rebound. Good look, though, and I love what Logan has underneath the Cairns basket, Cedar Island. You got to love all the big heads of McCedar on the baseline there. Jerlina swishes at 3. It's a 1-point game now. And then Simmons turns it over. He stepped out on the sideline. Coach Ken can't believe it. Logan's going to go to the bench. Tommy Amar checking out. And then Nothing But Net Media 6th Man of the Year, Sean Carroll checks in. Carroll has just been awesome for Logan this year.
Yeah, he's they certainly don't lose anything when Carroll comes in. Just gives them a bit of a different look, but really hard-nosed defender, runs the sets well.
Jerlina gets inside. He's stripped. It goes out of bounds off the hands of McCedar, so it's going to stay with Cairns with 12 on the shot clock.
Yeah, I really like Jerlina getting really involved, getting aggressive. He can do it all, shoot, drive. So I think it's really critical for Cairns to try and get him going early in this game.
Fisher's open from the wing. He swishes a 3, and Cairns takes a 2-point lead on back-to-back 3-pointers. So after the big start here from Logan, it's quieted down, and Cairns heating up. Young has it against Kwani. He's double-teamed. Good ball movement. Simmons, nice no-look pass inside for Shea to lay it up and in. That was just a dime by Rayshawn Simmons.
Absolutely. Good hands from Shea, left or right.
Jerlina inside. Nuello with the left hand is short. They like that matchup with McCedar on Nuello.
Well, I think Nuello likes that matchup on anyone in blue that is defending him. And again, although on the stats sheet it's going to be 2 of 4 for him, but they've been, or 2 of 5 on that. They've been terrific looks.
He's getting great position. He's using that left hand, which I know you love. He's playing that Dave Derwin power guard spot.
That's him.
Simon Taylor checks in for Logan. McCedar gets a breather. Here comes Carroll over to Shea. Shea picks up his dribble. Now he backs in against Krizlovic. Out to Carroll from 3. It's up. It's short. Young fighting for the rebound. Kwani comes down with it, and he's off and running. Leaves his feet, gets it out. Jerlina's going to fire another 3. That's wet again.
Great job, Kwani.
Kwani to Christian. Jerlina gives the Cairns Marlins a 3-point lead.
Whereas K squared.
Shea misses the 3. That's short. And it's Cairns doing it from 3. Logan struggling a bit from deep.
Yeah, well, everything was falling for Logan in the first, 5 or 6 minutes, and now Cairns are getting into their offense.
There's a foul on the floor. That one's going to go in. Simon Taylor, he fell for the Kwani pump fake.
Well, when you start shooting some 3 balls, Johnny, the defense has got to close out a little bit harder. And again, Kwani got him on that.
Rayshawn Simmons gets a breather. Amar comes back in. Got to give a congrats to Tommy Amar, recently marrying Ajaparam from the Southern District Spartans. As Fisher drains another 3. Cairns has shot the ball extremely well the second half of this first quarter.
Well, it's been a 12.
Fisher with the steal, leaves it up ahead to Kwani, who lays it up and in.
Great play. Everything Cairns here the last 3 or 4 minutes, Johnny.
It sure is.
A 14-2 run.
Coach Can has seen enough. He's going to take a timeout, so we'll take one as well. 24-17, Marlins up on Logan. Your QBL quarterfinal game of the week presented to you by Nothing But Net Media. Back with you here at Cornubia Park Sports Complex. A timeout called by Logan as they trail Cairns 24-17. Some hot shooting from the Marlins, pushing this lead out to 7.
Yeah, it was everything. It was all Logan early, obviously, and Cairns just getting really comfortable from what I can see, getting into their sets, and they look really good. Veteran Kerry Williams is checking in now,
as well as Matt Smith.
Big Matt Smith as well. Looks pretty good, Nick.
Young drives on Smith. Reverse layup is good. They're going to wave it off, though. They're going to say it was on the floor before the drive to the basket.
Well, I don't know why he's up and in on Mitch Young. I mean, if he tries to do that, Young will smack it on his head. He needs to give him a little bit and try and let Young shoot the ball for starters. And I think if he gets into his little left or right hand hook action, Smith's big enough that he can contest it.
Oh, Mitch Young has been shooting 33% from deep in the QBL season. There is Young against Matt Smith, backing his way in. Left-handed hook shot, good from Mitch Young. Mitch Young won the Nothing But Net Media Best Australian of the 2018 season in the men's comp. Showing you a reason why on that possession.
Yeah, really good move.
Nuelu picks up the dribble, now gets it back on the block. He nearly loses it, recovers. There's 3 on the shot clock. Kerry Williams going to force a 3. It's up. Bank is no good. Matt Smith, though, offensive rebound.
And that's what they need to do. Just come in, Matt Smith, do his role.
Here's Kerry Williams. Floater is up. It's too strong, and Amar with the defensive rebound. Here's Shea out in transition. Leaves his feet. Winds up with Amar. His three-pointer is off the front of the rim. Kerry Williams Gets to the rim, layup is no good. They're going to call an offensive foul against Kerry Williams. As Carroll gets in the way, you mentioned he's a bit of a bulldog on the defensive end, and he stepped right in front of Williams to draw the foul.
Yeah.
McCedar checks back in for the final minute of the first quarter. And Cairns showing a bit of pressure here. We're under a minute to go in the game. Young goes to the left hand again. That one's off. And Nuella with another defensive rebound.
And for the Cairns fans, I mean, that's okay. You know, they're the kind of shots that if you're going to let Young have opportunities, those runners are okay.
Matt Smith too strong. Cedar has it now. He's off and running. Brings it back out, skips it over to Simon Taylor. Three-pointer is up, and that's off the front of the rim. Offensive rebound, Young. He lost it, though, and he recovers it. Cedar with 6 on the shot clock. He's got to get a shot up. Cedar has it on the wing. Good hesitation dribble. Jumper is short. Offensive rebound. No, it's not. They're going to call a foul.
Well, a good hand, great hand from Smith to contest, to rotate around and get a hand up on that Cedar long jump shot.
So it's on Tommy Amar. That's his third, his first personal. It's the team's third. And there's about 8 seconds to go in the first quarter with the Marlins up by 5. Good bit of offense, defense here from the teams.
Yeah, good action from Smith then, and that's what he needs to do. Come in, play his role, and again, won't be seen on the stat sheet, Johnny, but they're really important parts.
Fisher out to Jerlina, pump fake. Does he get the shot off? He does. It's short. And at the end of the first quarter, it's a 5-point lead for the Cairns Marlins over the Logan Thunder. It was a hot start from Logan. Cairns took the punch and then responded well.
Yeah, they did, and again, Logan came back out of that hot Cairns start, and they've settled into some good offensive flow. In particular, a nice little dose of Mitch Young down low.
All right, well, that's the quarter time break. We'll take a break as well. We'll come back with some quarter time statistics and the second quarter of action as Cairns leads Logan 24-19 in your QBL quarterfinal game of the week, presented to you by Nothing But Net Media. Back with you here at Cornubia Park Sports Complex. It's the quarter time break with the Cairns Marlins up 5 on the Logan Thunder. Just before we get into the statistics, want to give a big shout out to Ash Dionysius. Thought we might see him here tonight. Dad life got in the way. Ash, thanks for tuning in live at home. Dave, pretty good first quarter of action from both teams. Cairns, though, shot the ball really, really well in that first quarter to get that 5-point lead.
Well, they did, and they started pretty average. I think it was 3 of 10 to start with, but they certainly finished pretty strong because they made a lot of the last shots, including a couple of threes. 4 of 9 from 3. Logan, on the other hand, 1 of 7. Good looks for Logan, so it's just a matter of can they make some shots. So other than that, it's a pretty close game, and the rebounding, Cairns have got a +2. Like we identified, that's going to be key to who can win the game. I think is who's going to come out strong on the rebound count.
Well, Logan turns the ball over on their first possession of the quarter. Skip pass from Jelena. Pryor's 3 is too strong. Fisher fighting for the offensive rebound now. Now Cairns going to reset. You surprised Cairns doing such a good job on the glass in this one, Dave? They got out-rebounded tremendously in the last matchup by Logan.
Yeah, I think, well, they got good memory too, right? I mean, it would have been one of the points of emphasis from Coach.
Shot clock violation there from the Marlins. Good defense for Logan.
Yeah, I think it would have been one of the keys of the game for Coach O'Loughlin as well, to clean up from, you know, the pretty big loss they had.
And it's really just a team effort. When rebounding, there's not one guy who's going to make that much of a difference, is it?
No, not at all.
Amar from three. That's nothing but the bottom of the net from Tommy Amar. Lead is now 2 for Cairns. Foul called on the floor. It's going to go against Logan, and it's going to go against Rayshawn Simmons. That's his first personal, the first team foul.
Now, he's picked the ball up. I don't understand how that's not shots. And Fisher agrees with me.
Well, he wants it. They're not going to give it to him.
He's picked the ball up. What else is he? What is he doing? He's going to the rim. Not to mention he was fouled around the paint.
Well, if Regan was here, he would give us the explanation. He's also streaming. He's at Southwest for the Pirates versus Rockhampton. Krislovich fouled and gets the layup to fall. That's a nice, strong bucket there from Fabian Krislovich.
Yeah, absolutely. And he's been good for them since he's came in a little bit late into the season, Johnny. You know, good, strong move with the N1 over the top of Tommy Amar.
Yeah, that's a tough matchup. Tommy plays a bit of small ball for this Logan Thunder team, and he just got trapped inside against the bigger player. Went for the block. It was close, but good, strong finish there by Krislovich.
Well, you got to live by the sword, die by the sword. I mean, down the other end, Tommy stroked the 3 ball, which he gives them. So, you know, they take the offensive benefit, and sometimes he's going to have to guard a bigger guy.
Young finds a cutting Simmons for the easy 2.
Well, easy's an understatement, Johnny. That was horrible defense from Cairns.
That was a good cut, though, by Simmons.
Well, it was, but he just absolutely left alone.
Fisher from 3 hits the back of the rim. Pryor, though, rebound out to Jerlina for 3, and he's on fire. Christian Jerlina with another one from deep gives Kansas a 6-point lead. Cedar's floater is too strong. Kansas looking to push again. Another deep, this time 2 from Jerlina is good.
Nice little run here from Cairns again. Mitchie Young looks a little frustrated in the last couple plays down. I don't think they've been running what he was after. See if they can make a correction here.
Simmons spins away from the double. Amar, opposite wing 3, that's good as well. Tommy Amar has the jumper going.
It's always a good answer.
Got to give a shout out to my son Eddie, sitting here working the stats for us, having a listen. Working on his game at halftime with Coach Derwin. Cedar with the defensive rebound.
He has to be the shortest commentator that's ever been in the booth, Johnny.
Shea, he's fouled. He's got pretty decent competition. You're running about 6'2"-ish. Dan's running about 6'8". I think Eddie's got maybe about 3'8", maybe? Maybe if he's lucky. He's a power guard, though. He's a power guard as well.
Timeout on the floor, Cairns.
And Cairns going to take that timeout, so we'll take one as well. 7:05 to go in the first half, and Cairns up 5, 32-27. Your QBL quarterfinal game of the week presented to you by Nothing But Net Media. Back with you here live from Cornubia Park Sports Complex. John Guarna and Dave Derwin with you on the call. It's a 5-point lead for Cairns. I like the timeout there from Cairns. They're playing a tight bench. They went a little bit deeper than we expected, but only in short spells. I think that's more of a rest. Let's recharge for the rest of the quarter.
Yeah, well, they got some good young kids in, Jacoby Hunter and Marshall Ware, etc. That may or may not get minutes. So it just depends on how they're going to roll. But I just think that they're a veteran group, so they know what's required. And again, Logan's had plenty of answers tonight. Tommy Amar's had a couple of threes, really when they needed it.
Shea goes 1 of 2 from the line. So Cairns holding a 4-point lead, and that's just a sloppy turnover for Cairns. Little miscommunication from Kwani and Jolina. Looked like it slipped out of Kwani's hands there, but unfortunate turnover there for the Marlins. Simmons gets it out to Young. Now back to Simmons. Rolling to the basket, Mitch Young. He goes up. He's blocked by Kwani.
Great pass from Simmons. He really put it exactly where he needed to. Unfortunately for Mitch Young, he just couldn't finish.
Fisher goes behind his back. Krislovic going to fire a 3. That's good.
Oh, it looked like he got his feet set. Never looked like missing. Fisher on a nice little throw behind.
Amar with the pump fake gets it back out to Simmons. They swing it around to Cedar. Long 2 from Mick Cedar. Hits the front of the rim. Shea, offensive rebound, goes up with it and lays it in.
Well, again, you saw 3 blue jerseys, and just watching Johnny, you got to keep the cheap buckets for Shea to a minimum.
Noello with the strong layup, misses though. And here comes Young busting out. Simmons, jumper is too strong, tipped out by Young, but...
See, the crowd's going crazy, Johnny, but that's great defense for starters from Fisher. And secondly, that's exactly what I would want. I want Simmons shooting that jump shot.
Noello with a strong, grown man offensive rebound and putback. He's going to work here in the first half, Michael Noello. Shea goes inside for Young. Young loses it, gets it out to Amar. Corner 3 is good from Tommy Amar. Referee stopped the clock to just dry the ball off. Amar's 3-point shooting, though, in the second quarter, keeping Logan in it. Just had to get the sweat off the court. It's a really great crowd here in Logan tonight, Dave. Cairns, though, doing a good job, silent, keeping them pretty quiet in this first half.
Yeah, they are.
Feels like Cairns has been dominant here in the half. They're up only 4, though. Jolina's jump shot is too strong.
Well, the Coach O'Loughlin's dirty because there was a foul on the arm that the referees missed.
Shea out to Simmons. There's 10 on the shot clock. Simmons skips it out, top of the key for Shea. Inside pass for Young, good catch. Goes with the hook shot, that's short. Cairns doing a really good job frustrating Mitch Young, making him work for everything. There's Noello on the block. Out to Krislovic. Now Kwani open for 3. That hits the front of the rim. Rayshawn Simmons has it tipped out of his hands, off the hands of a Cairns Marlins player. It's going to stay with Logan. And Carroll's going to check in. Tommy Amar going to get a breather. About 4:15 to go in the half. Shea looking to get going, fires a three, it goes in and out.
That's a good look, and he shot the ball pretty well this year, Johnny, so he's certainly capable of hitting that three. I think defensively, Cairns need to try and make Cedar and Tommy Amar more of a driver, really drive them hard off the three-point line and make someone else do something.
Carroll comes up with the steal. Hands off for Cedar, inside to Young. Young goes up with the left hand and banks it home. Coach O'Loughlin gonna take a timeout. Doesn't like what he sees from his group as their lead has been cut to 2. With that timeout, we'll take one as well with 3:40 to go in the first half. It's Cairns 37 over Logan 35. And your QBL quarterfinal game of the week presented to you by Nothing But Net Media. Back with you here at Cornubia Park Sports Complex. Coach Jamie O'Loughlin with the timeout. With his team up by 2, 37-35. Think he's talking defense or offense there, Dave?
Well, I hope he's talking defense because they're 9 of 16 from the 3, as in Logan, and they've got to do a better job of running them off. I mean, Cedar and Tommy Amar in particular looking really comfortable in the 3, shooting the ball from 3. Oh, sorry, Johnny. 4 of 11 they are from 3. But still, they're just looking really comfortable. A lot of those shots where they need to make Amar a driver and make him put it on the deck and make him make a decision, as opposed to him shooting simple 45 or short corner threes, just lights out for him.
37-35 is the lead for Cairns. Got about 3:30 to go in the half. Jerlina, strong move, and he's fouled. That's a good rip and go, Dave. I know that's one of your favorites. It's simple but effective.
Absolutely, and again, you're just forcing the referees to make a decision. And they had that good intent early. They've only gone to the line 3 times, but really they've had a lot of good moves around the rim. They just missed, probably 4 or 5 relatively simple ones that are just unfortunately rimmed out for the Cairns boys.
Jerlina missed the first one. He's been hot to start. He's the leading scorer for the game with 13. Make it 14 now. Bit of zone from Cairns now. They go above the zone, and Shea lays it in off a great look.
I don't know how that happens.
From Sean Carroll.
You just can't lose sight of that low baseline guy.
Jerlina again from 3, hits nothing but the bottom of the net. Christian Jerlina on fire. Cedar looking to answer. His attempt is strong. Kwani, top of the key 3 is off the front of the rim. Young gets it out to Simmons. Simmons with the quick kick to Carroll. Finds a cutting Shea to lay it up and in. Deficit 2 now for Logan.
Yeah, nice kick ahead from Simmons hitting Carroll, and even better, big man running the floor.
Krizlovic back over to Jerlina. He's got 6 on the shot clock, double team. Krizlovic driving baseline, spins out, kicks it. Jerlina has to fire the 3. It's short, but he's fouled by Rayshawn Simmons. It's going to be 3 shots, and that's a tough one there for Logan to take. They played 23 and a half good seconds of defense.
Yeah, they did a really good job defensively, moving their feet. And those ones are really frustrating. But again, all it was just a bit of a sloppy closeout. Wasn't much in it.
Well, Simmons got called for the foul. Gerlino will be shooting 3 free throws after the timeout taken here from Coach Ken. There is that timeout on the floor, so we'll take one as well. 2 minutes to go until halftime, and Ken's up 2 on Logan. Back with you here at Cornubia Park Sports Complex. Good time out there taken by Coach Can. 2 minutes to go in the half, and his team down 2.
Yeah, I think it was just a little bit of a settler. Cairns have gone into that zone the last couple of possessions. I think you just want to give them a little bit of a tweak on an instruction as to what they're looking for.
Christian Gerlino was fouled, taking a three-pointer just before the timeout taken, so he's at the line for 3 shots. Dave, I'm going to ask you to have a look, if you can, at some statistics, because I think we might have some finals to mention in the women's side of things in the quarterfinals.
Yeah, Johnny, we've got in the women, Mackay beating Ipswich 95-72. And also,
I think that's Ipswich over
Ipswich
Mackay.
Mackay. My bad.
So the Force move on to the semis.
Just wanted to make sure everyone at home was on their toes. And the Flames have won pretty considerably, winners, 23 points over the Seahawks. I believe there could have been a nasty injury up there too, Johnny, in one of the women's for Townsville. So hopefully she's okay.
Yeah, not sure who that was. We were informed that there was an injury. Our friend Mark Hides about the Townsville Flames game for that doubleheader. So no real surprises in the women's side of things in that quarterfinal round. Shea with the big block on Nuelu. Here comes Simmons, puts it up for Shea. Layup is too strong, but he's fouled. And Obi Shea going to go to the free throw line for 2 shots. Shea short on the first one. About a minute to go here until the half-time break.
I think the Logan crowd were looking for a bit of Lob City, but Cairns said, earn it the hard way, which I like.
I think we were all looking for it here at the Cornubia Park Sports Complex. Fisher comes off the Smith screen, keeps his drive alive. Misses his layup attempt, and here comes Shea. Up ahead to Simmons. It's a 3-on-2. Dumps it off. Young finishes through the contact, and Logan takes a 1-point lead.
Geez, in transition, they look really good.
Pryor goes inside. Nuelu goes to the right-hand layup. It's good, plus the foul from Michael Nuelu. One shot here for Nuelu. He's done a great job inside for the Marlins. Curry Williams and Joel Matisek checking in. Fisher and Gerlino are going to get a breather. And Cedar checks in for Tommy Amar. 27 seconds to go.
Interesting to see if Fisher and Jelena come back in on Kansas' last possession. Knowing Logan, I think there should be at least 10 seconds on the clock based on how Logan liked to push the ball.
Nuelu completes the three-point play. Kwani checks in. Going to give Nuelu a breather. I think Coach O'Loughlin just trying to steal a couple extra minutes here for Jelena, Fisher, and Nuelu. Logan going to hold, try and work some clock here. Down 2, 45-43. There's about a 2-second differential between the game and the shot clock. Cedars in the corner, his three-pointer is short. Smith defensive rebound. Kwani has it with 2 on the shot clock. He throws one up from half court. It's an air ball, and that's going to do it. So heading into the halftime break, it's a 2-point lead for the Cairns Marlins over the Logan Thunder, Dave. It was a great first half of action. There's not much in it going into the big break.
No, great game early on where both teams are coming and going at each other. So, really looking forward to see, in particular, this third quarter, if someone can stamp their ascendancy on the game.
It's a championship quarter, that third quarter. What were your thoughts, though, on that first half of action? I thought Logan started really well. Cairns tightened the screws a bit defensively and got some hot shooting. And then Logan started to pick up the ascendancy heading into the break.
Yeah, I think the last few minutes for Logan, their defense was really good. They moved the ball. They were really moving their feet, boxing out well, and then in transition, they're deadly. So I think, like we talked about, a key for Cairns, they need to control the pace. They either need to slow up the rebounding transition passes, and they need to stop the ball earlier in transition because Logan are really carving them up if they get a bit of steam.
All right, well, it is the halftime break, so we're going to take a break as well. We'll come back with a few minutes before the start of the half with some halftime statistics. But at the big break, it's Cairns 45 over Logan 43, and your QBL quarterfinal game of the week presented to you by Nothing But Net Media. Welcome back, everyone, to Cornubia Park Sports Complex, where the Cairns Marlins are up 2 on the Logan Thunder, 45-43. Getting set for the start of the second half. Let's look at those first half statistics, though, Dave.
Well, the most interesting stat for me, Johnny, is 10 buckets for Logan, 10 assists. So, which is pretty remarkable. They're moving the ball well. They're hitting the right guys, and most importantly, those guys are making their baskets. So that was the real big plus for them. 24-point quarter is obviously pretty handy, and so they clawed their way back into the game, only down a couple now. Rebounding, Cairns have done a good job on the glass. Like we talked about, 9 offensive rebounds. They can keep doing that. That'll go a long way to helping their success as well. Just going through some of the scores, Mitchie Young's got 12 points, 4 rebounds. Simmons has got 6 points, 4 assists, and Obi Shea leads all scorers with 13 for Logan. Tommy Amar with the 3 triples as well has got 9. For Cairns, it's been a whole lot of Jelena, 18 points. And Fisher's got 5 points, a few assists. K squared with 7. Michael Newelli and Kristovic are the other scorers. So again, they're sharing the ball. They're moving the ball pretty well. Cairns as well. I think the big thing for them is, again, we talked about that pace early on. Logan really got more comfy in that last few minutes, and they looked really good. So they've got to do a better job of cleaning up that in the second half.
This is an elimination quarterfinal, so whoever wins this one moves on to the semis. Whoever loses goes home. You look at the girls' results on the women's side of things. Ipswich has eliminated Mackay 95-72. Townsville has eliminated North Gold Coast as Krislovic puts it down with 2 hands to start the half.
And I really like that look because, again, they went early into Michael Noeli posting up, drew a lot of Logan attention, and just nice little dump off.
Cedars 3 is short. Cairns with a defensive rebound. And just continuing with those women's scores, Townsville has eliminated North Gold Coast 87-64. Spartans have eliminated Phoenix 89-64. And Southwest trailing Rockhampton at home with about 3 to go in the game as Nuelu comes out again with the hook shot and 4 straight to open the second half from Cairns.
Again, Johnny, if it's not broken, keep going to it until Logan makes an adjustment.
And Logan turns it over. Cairns with the Jets, and Fisher gets to the rim. Layup is off. Offensive rebound, Krislovic. And they're going to reset. Jerlina's wide open for 3. It's good. 7 straight to open for Cairns.
Well, I like that Coach Cairns feeling brave in not calling a timeout, but if they get another bucket.
Shea looks to answer. His jump shot's off. 7-0 run to start the second half here for the Marlins. Krislovic uses the pump fake, goes to the left hand, gets it out. Jerlina again for 3. That's good as well. Christian Jerlina with another 3. Cairns rips off 10 straight, and they're up by 12 with 8:25 to go in the third, and Coach Luke Can has to take a timeout.
Well, you're going to hear that for the next couple of games, Johnny. It's how you start and how you finish quarters is critical. The first start here, great post establishment from the Cairns boys, and then again, making buckets when you need to. Massive start.
Jerlina absolutely on fire here tonight, leading all scorers with 24 points. Dave, it feels like he hasn't missed a shot all night.
Well, he hasn't missed a great deal. I think he's, I think he had his 18 points on 9 shots. So,
yeah, 7 of 11 from the field, 7 of 8 from 3. Jerlina is doing it all here for Cairns. They're up by 12. What a start from the Marlins. And Dave, were you expecting that? I was expecting a little more energy from Logan, but Cairns is just absolutely out here stampeding over the Thunder.
Yeah, well, you never, again, just, those Marlins groups have been in this league for a while, and they always turn it up at finals time, and that just comes with some of that experience. So I think, again, it's obviously a big challenge now for Logan. Down 12. They just got to chip away, be smart here. And again, it's a bad start, sure, but they can turn it around. Plenty of time.
This is where we start. All right, let's go, Thunder. Let's go. Let's go.
Crowd trying to get back into it to push their Thunder team over the line here. as Kansas come out with 10 straight to open the second half. Simmons gets the screen from Young. Now Carroll from the top fires a three. That's off the back of the rim. A defensive rebound to Jerlina. Jerlina kicks it out to Fisher. They work it around. Krislovich has it. Jerlina again. Now Nuelu goes at Young. Layup is good from Michael Nuelu.
Wow, all Cairns here early on.
Cairns.
12-0 run to start the third.
I love their intensity on the defensive end as Simmons finally gets Logan on the board here in the second half.
Well, K-Square's got to step up and take that charge. He was just a complete statue there.
Jerlina blocked there by Mitch Young. Let's see if that could get Logan going. Cedar is wide open, fires the three. That hits the back of the rim. Logan needs a big bucket in the worst way.
109 here for Cedar early in the third quarter.
Krislovich backing down against Mitch Young. Loses it on the way up. They're going to get a foul call.
What's a foul? I don't know what they're talking about.
That one goes against Mitch Young. His second personal, the team's first of the third quarter.
And this is where some of that leadership, Johnny, will really come in from Fisher and co. around, again, just being patient, inside, outside. And that's what I really like about this Cairns roster is they're probably not as deep and maybe as bigger names as previous years, but again, they've got a good system, well coached. And again, that inside, outside, it helps when Jerlina's on fire. And Logan's got to do a better job of finding him and again, forcing him off the three. He's so comfortable now.
Krislovich hits them both. So it's a 14-point lead for Cairns.
24 points for Jerlina.
Let's go, Thunder. Let's go.
Cedar gets inside. Layup is good, plus the foul. Didn't settle that time. He had an open look, used the hesitation dribble to get to the bucket, and he's fouled.
Yeah, great move from Cedar. And you know, he's been playing a long time. He knows his shots hasn't fallen, so again, looks to go to the rim.
So Cedar at the free throw line. An opportunity for a three-point play with his team down 12. He hits it. (59-48) the lead for Cairns. Bit of pressure from Logan. A lot of miscommunication out there, and Kwani makes him pay with the three.
Well, they just over-rotated too deep on that. They got to stay home. They got to guard a guy in that.
Young banks one home, so the moment the teams are trading buckets. Cairns up 12. Jerlina gets it out to Krislovich. He's open. He'll fire a three. That's good. Fabian Krislovich, another three.
Wow, sweet looking jump shot.
It looks good. You give him time. That's his second one of the night. Shea flips one up and misses. Logan needs someone to give him a spark in the worst way. Kansas up 15, 65-50. Simon Taylor going to check into the game. Looks like Mick Cedar's going to get a breather.
Yeah, I don't like that. I mean, he just got a bucket. You know, they're going to need him to get going, to be honest, because offensively, they've had a really rough start. And he's just scored his second bucket out of 10. I think I'd try and go through Cedar a little bit more.
Nuelu in the block. Skips it over to Krislovich. Now Fisher open for three. That's good as well.
Wow.
The three-point shot is hurting Logan here tonight.
Their 12th three, Johnny.
Good finish by Simmons. Krislovich looks like he got an elbow somewhere in there. He's a bit shaken up, so referees take a bit of a timeout. Krislovich not happy with it. 16 points is the lead for Cairns. Fisher hands it off to Jelena. Doesn't use the Krislovich screen. Hesitation dribble. Krislovich at the rim is fouled hard by Obi Shea.
Well, I think that has to be an unsportsmanlike.
Krislovich is hurt. He's a bit shaken up.
Yeah.
They are going to give it as a unsportsmanlike foul. So Shea.
Absolutely. I mean, it was, you know, I don't mind going at a guy, but he really went at him, and there wasn't a whole lot of attempted of blocking shot.
Krislovich wants it. He'll get the 2 shots.
I think there's a little bit of frustration there from Obi Shea, but again, they've got to be careful because, you know, I just think Cairns are really dominant at the moment, and I know they're frustrated, the Thunder boys, but they just got to stay together as a group and chip away at this league.
Krislovich misses the first one, and I agree 100% with you, Dave. It's a frustration thing. They don't have anything going on the offensive end, and Kansas just seems to be hitting on everything that they're throwing at the Thunder.
Yeah. They've just got to break the game into, you know, the next few, like, little few-minute brackets where they've got to get some stops, build pressure, get some consecutive stops, see the ball going through the net again.
Jolena has it on the wing. Looking inside, Nuelu has it, squares up,
wow.
gets to the rim and puts it down strong with 2 hands. Nuelu rocks the rim.
You got to love the go quick in the block.
I love how you have it with your back to the basket, but then square up and rip.
Yeah,
that's just a great move.
Terrific move.
Shea offensive rebound. He has to take it back out and reset for Logan. Simmons out to Carroll. Wing 3 is up. That's short. Simon Taylor offensive rebound. Simmons passes tipped. Carroll recovers. Gets to the rack. Dumps it off for Amar for a lay-in. That's a great bucket there.
Yeah, they really worked hard for it. And again, defensively, Cairns were good.
They're going to get Sean Carroll for the hand check. 3rd team foul for Logan here in the 3rd. Cedar and Young going to check back in. Shea and Simmons going to get a breather.
Well, both Shea and Simmons went to the bench. Johnny not too happy.
Kwani gets to the rim. Layup is banked home. The in-house PA announcer thought it was a travel. I think everyone on the Logan side thought it was. Young's hook shot is good, and he's fouled.
Yeah. Big Fabian, not happy, but it was a good call. He did a pretty good job, just a little bit late there. Good answer from Young. They just, you know, again, they just got to chip away here. Again, what I think from my observations is anytime Young touches the ball or establishes himself, pretty good things happen. And sometimes they just forget that he's on their group. I'm not saying he needs to shoot the ball all the time, but he just needs touches. Because then that opens up their inside-outside game as well, Johnny. And I think, again, that they don't need to win the game in the next 3 minutes. They just got to chip away here.
Kansas up 16, 73-57. It's about 3 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter. Fisher floats one up, and it rolls home.
Fish with a lefty.
Fisher with the friendly bounce.
Wow, 28-13 quarter so far, Johnny.
Young goes at Smith, goes to the left hand and banks it home. Young makes that look easy, but that's not an easy finish there for Mitch.
No, I mean, I think even though Matt Smith, is he 40, Johnny, or about that? He's still like 6'11", right?
He's a big boy as Jerlina continues the hot shooting, hits the bucket plus the foul. Jerlina is having the game of the season, his season so far here tonight.
Yeah.
That's his 26th point of the evening.
He's been terrific in this first 3 quarters, Johnny. Pretty handy. 26 on 12 shots.
Free throw falls as well. Make it 27 for Jerlina. And Cairns up 19 here with 2:30 to go in the third quarter. Tommy Amar from the corner 3. That's nothing but the bottom of the net for Tommy Amar.
Well, he's really kept him going.
He's got 14 for Logan. They trail by 16. Kerry Williams working hard. Nuelu back out to Williams. There's 6 on the shot clock. Nuelu loses it, recovers. He's got to get a shot off. Smith puts it up. It's no good. That's a shot clock violation on Cairns. Referees having a chat with Coach Ken. Coach Ken working the referees. He's been unhappy with it. He feels there's been a few calls they've missed. Simmons fouled on his way to the basket. Nice strong take there from Rayshawn Simmons. He'll go to the line for 2 shots.
Well, again, they just got to check the scouting report. You want to make him a shooter. So get off, and if he wants to load up threes, I'm not saying he can't, but you got to pick your poison.
Fisher's going to check in, give Jerlina a breather. And Kwani also going to check in from Michael Nuelu. $16 points, the lead here for Cairns. 1:50 to go in the third. It's been all Marlins here in this quarter.
Well, they've let it 33 in, Johnny.
Simmons hit them both. Bit of pressure from Logan, looking for that half-court trap. Smith has it in the block, finds a cutting Fisher. There's a foul against Logan on the cutting Fisher.
Yeah, really clever, and again, just good discipline. Again, make the referees make a call. Great job from Fisher with a great cut down the middle. Every time you get a post entry, always want to have dives from the top.
That's going to put Fisher at the free throw line for 2 shots. Logan in the penalty. Fisher's been really good tonight as well, Dave. A solid contribution from the captain, but it really has been the Christian Jerlina show this evening for Cairns. Amar gets it over to Shea. Shea was looking for the behind the back pass. No one was there. Another turnover for Logan. Both teams doing a pretty good job taking care of the pill tonight. Fisher, open jumper, rattles home.
Well, just really simple. Rubbed him off Smith's screen, and just a really simple jumper.
18 points, the lead for Cairns. Cedar open in the corner. 3-pointer is good from Mick Cedar. It's a big bucket, cut the deficit to 15. Kerry Williams out there for Cairns. Kwani going to the rim. He's blocked. Gets it back, though. Finds Fisher. Top of the key three is up. That's off. Pryor tips it around. Simmons comes down with it. Simmons gets to the bucket, plus the foul. Rayshawn Simmons with an opportunity for the three-point play. That's a big bucket there. Kerry Williams struggled to stay in front of Simmons, as most defenders do in the QBL.
Yeah, really aggressive from Simmons the last couple of minutes. And just like they did, they closed out the second quarter really well, and they're doing a really good job of closing out this third quarter.
Simmons' free throw is short. Smith with the rebound, and Cairns can hold for the final shot of the third, up 13.
Geez, a bucket here would really hurt the Thunder's confidence in this.
Smith's jumper rolls home. The veteran Matt Smith with a huge bucket to beat the third quarter. And at the end of the third, Dave, it's a 15-point lead for the Cairns Marlins over the Logan Thunder. The Logan faithful stunned heading into the fourth quarter, Dave.
Well, they sure are. And again, I don't know how many times you're going to be in ball games when you allow 39 points in a quarter, let alone their biggest quarter of the season. So do they have enough time left in them? I'm not sure, Johnny. 15 points is a fair hurdle to climb. I think they're certainly capable. Good signs. McSeed hit his last three. So if they can really knuckle down on defense and get some transition opportunities, they're certainly back in the game.
Well, we'll see what happens. We're going to take a break. We're going to come back with the final quarter of action with Cairns up 15 on Logan in your QBL quarterfinal game of the week, presented to you by Nothing But Net Media. Back with you here at Cornubia Park Sports Complex. It's the final quarter, and the Cairns Marlins are up 15 on the Logan Thunder with 10 minutes to go in the game. Dave, let's take a look at those third quarter statistics.
Well, it's been an excellent game of basketball, Johnny, from high pressure. Cairns, I mean, if you look at the stat line, you've got to be pretty happy, and you're not going to lose too many of these games. 52% from the floor, 52% from the three, 12 of 16 from free throws, which is 12 points off the foul line, plus 10 on the rebound and 5 turnovers. I mean, you're going to win pretty much every game you play with that stat line. And Logan isn't that much worse off, so it's just those number of threes that Cairns have hit that's been the difference. Great start from Obi Shea with the bucket.
Let's see if Logan can get some stops here. They're down 13 off after that Shea bucket. Steal from Shea, and then he's fouled by Kwani on the block.
I think it's just
much better energy.
Well, yeah, it was just out of bounds. I think K Square did a good job moving his feet and just knocked it out of bounds.
All right, good call, Dave. Simmons out to Shea. Shea again puts it on the basket. Excuse me, hands off for Young. Kwani comes up with the turnover. Charlena crossing over, dumps it off Nuelu. Floater is good. Simmons draws a foul on Krizlovic with the block along the baseline.
Well, Simmons has been really good too, Johnny. He's really tried to push the pace all night long like he does. He's just relentless against the Cairns defense.
It's the third personal on Krizlovic. First team foul against Cairns. Cedar getting inside, dumps it off for Young to bank it home. It's on this end, though, that Logan needs to get the stops.
Yeah, they really do. You can't win ball games when you let him shoot 52%.
Fisher gets to the bucket to lay in.
Great move.
Finish with the left hand, too, driving right.
They've really struggled to defend this horn set from Cairns. Just poor communication.
Simmons out to Shea. He'll fire a three. It's up. It's good from Obi Shea. He's starting to heat up a bit here in the fourth, and Logan needs it in the worst way. Jerlina, good contest there by Cedars. Shea with the defensive rebound. Hands off for his point guard, Simmons. Shea, back out to Simmons. Now Amar open, wing three is up and good from Tommy Amar. The deficit is now 9 for Logan, and Coach Jamie O'Loughlin is forced to take a timeout as Logan has started this fourth quarter on fire to cut the deficit to 9, Dave.
Yeah, really good timeout too. You don't want to give too much of a sniff. Again, it's only a 7-4 advantage in this fourth quarter, but you know, you want to try and really pull the oxygen out of this building, and also too Logan's confidence after they make a couple of shots.
There is that timeout on the floor, so we'll take a quick one as well. Just under 8 to go in the game. Cairns up 9 on Logan. Your QBL quarterfinal game of the week presented to you by Nothing But Net Media. Back with you here at Cornubia Park Sports Complex. Good time out there by Coach O'Loughlin as Logan starting to heat up a bit here in the fourth quarter. They've cut the deficit to 9. The crowd's starting to get back into it as well, Dave. Do you go back to that horn set that Kansas had so much success with?
Well, I think they equally, they want to try and maybe establish big fab in the block.
Here is Krizlovic out to Kwani. Now Nuelu with 4 on the shot clock. Left-handed shot is too strong. Krizlovic, though, with the O board out to Kwani.
Just really good patience as well from Cairns. They know they can get action. Good hand from Tommy Amar to break up the entry pass.
Simmons out to Cedar. Now Young has it inside. Hook shot too strong. Tipped around. Cedar gets the O board. Shea going to put up a 3. That's short. Long rebound, and Fisher recovers for Cairns. Under 7 minutes now to go in the game. Fisher nearly lost it. Fires a 3. And that one comes home.
Wow.
For Anthony Fisher, lead is back out to 12.
Big bucket.
That one hurt. The crowd got quiet after that 3. Simmons, lots of dribble, flips it up and in, plus the foul. Simmons with a big bucket there, and he's fouled.
Well, Kwani's got to do a better job of keeping him out of the paint. But again, moving his feet, cutting off the middle penetration, that's what's really killing them and keeping Logan in the game right now. You need to force Simmons sideline, baseline to where the help is, because there's not a great deal of split line D, because Thunder has such 3-point weapons on the perimeter that really they're isolating Simmons to go to work. But Kwani's just got to do a better job of keeping him out of the paint, beating him to the spot.
Deficit back to 9 now after the Simmons free throw. Jolina's been quiet here in the fourth. Nuelu gets it back in the block. His layup attempt is good. That's a really strong finish there from Michael Nuelu.
It gives you the flex.
He's been excellent tonight. Simmons gets inside. He's swatted by Nuelu, but he's fouled before that. Looks like that one's going to go against Kwani. 2 shots for Rayshawn Simmons.
Well, you got to love a little bit of inconsistency, Johnny. Again, this is 2 shots here. The referee signaled he picked the ball up. Different to how they signaled the Fisher drive earlier in the first quarter.
Yeah, I think Coach O'Loughlin talking to the referees, asking for it on the other side as well. 11 points, the lead for Cairns.
Big game, everyone gets frustrated. But again, you got to be consistent. You can't have that different call first quarter, fourth quarter.
Simmons rattles the first one home, and Dave, it's, you know, this is it, single elimination. It's all on the line here. You lose, you go home.
Yeah, absolutely.
Simmons hits them both. Logan again showing a bit of full court pressure here. Kwani breaks it. We're under 6 minutes to go in a 9-point game. Jolina, double team, gets it to Krislovic. Krislovic out to Kwani, back inside. Nuelu, he's short. Krislovic tips it out of bounds, and it's going to be Logan ball.
Floor wipers on the court, come on. Pass it by.
Dave, you just feel the roof could possibly come off this place if Logan can hit a bucket here.
Well, they can, but also too, Johnny, you got to be careful because Logan has really played their 5 dudes all game long, and so you got to wonder how much is left in the tank. I know, you know, Shea looks a little gassed, as does Simmons there, and they're picking up full court.
Shea gets to the rim. He's short, though, on the layup attempt. It was a good look by Shea. And here comes Kwani. Cairns playing really smart, Dave. They're working the clock. Fisher splits the defense. Kwani in the corner for 3. It's up. It's good from Kwani. That's a huge 3-point shot.
Yeah, again, we talk about that horn set. It's really giving them nightmares. And Fisher probably could have laid it up, actually. He was so deep, but made the unselfish pass.
Young with the reverse layup.
As usual, Young is super efficient as ever. 23 points now. 11 of 15.
10 points, the lead for Cairns.
And Fisher says, well, if they can't defend the horn set really well, let's keep going with it. Mismatch down low.
Jolina open from the top of the key. He makes it rain again. And the 3-point shot has been a tremendous weapon here for Cairns tonight.
And just really good basketball. Really good basketball. Jolina was down low. Big Fab had the ball. Everyone thought he was going to try and dominate Sean Carroll. As soon as the double team came, unselfishly kicked the top of the key. Jolina splash for his, I think, 7th 3 of the game.
Hey, he's got 30. Coach Can from Logan going to take a timeout with his team down 13, so we'll take one as well. Just about 4:30 to go in the game. It's a 13-point lead for Cairns. Welcome back to Cornubia Park Sports Complex with the Cairns Marlins up 13, 99-86 over the home Logan Thunder. And Dave, it's been the three-point shot that's done it tonight for Cairns.
Yeah, 15 three-pointers at 57%. It's been massive. And again, 99 points with 4 minutes to go. Not really Cairns basketball, as we talked about in the opener, but they've been rolling. And geez, they've just been super with their offensive patience and maturity.
You look, they've got 5 players in double digits. Nuelu's had his great moments. Jerlina has been huge tonight. Fisher as well.
We'll look at the other one too, Johnny. Fisher 6 assists, Kwani 4 assists, Jerlina 4 assists, Big Fab 4 assists. Like they're moving the ball, they're hitting the right guy.
Carroll's pass is too strong for Young. That's a turnover from Logan. And here they are. They're going to bring up that full court pressure. They're going to try and ramp it up and force some turnovers. They got Jerlina in a tough spot. They're going to get Carroll for the block, I think. That's the first team foul against Logan here in the fourth quarter. It's his third personal for Carroll. Fisher wants that horn set again. Krislovich has that mismatch with Carroll on the block. Krislovich spins baseline, goes up with 2. He's fouled from behind by McCedar. So Krislovich going to go to the free throw line again for 2 shots. Good recognition by Cairns.
Yeah, just patient. They're just punishing Logan's defensive deficiencies on these mismatches. And again, just coming down to really smart reads from Cairns and experience, putting Logan in difficult positions.
There's a substitution. NT Nuelu is going to check out.
Got a blood on his jersey.
He's got to come out for the blood. So do they have to substitute here? And it does look like they will have to put a player on the floor. It's going to be Kerry Williams.
I was going to say, was Nuella at the foul line, but he wasn't. So.
No, it's Krislovich at the free throw line.
Just out of town action, Johnny. What's your tip halftime up in Townsville versus the GC?
Oh, my tip? I don't know, Dave. You know I don't do tips. I'll leave that to you and Dan.
44 all. 44 all.
At the break.
At the break.
Upset in the making. There's an upset in the making here as Kansas, the 6 seed, up 14 on Logan, the 3 seed, with 3:40 to go in the game. Shea from the corner 3. It's too strong. Kansas hit triple digits. And here's a trap from Logan that Cairns breaks. Kwani dumps it off. Krislovich blocked by Young. Right at the rim.
Oh, Cedar open.
Cedar's going to fire that corner 3.
Go.
It's good.
There you go.
Deficit's 11 now for Logan. And here's again the trap. And they're going to get Obi Shea with the reach in. A little too aggressive on the trap. That's what you like to see from Logan, though. Big block on one end and a huge 3 on the other.
Well, Big Fab got away with a walkie, but Mitch Young said, I don't care. Let's send it back anyway.
Kwani gonna work some clock. That's a good, smart play there from Kwani. They want Krislovich with Cedar on him. He goes baseline, picks up his dribble, fadeaway jump shot, too strong from Krislovich. Cedar has it. He's going to fire a wing 3. It's short. Young offensive rebound and puts it up and in. The deficit back down to single digits. It's a 9-point lead for Cairns, and Coach O'Loughlin going to take a timeout with 2:30 to go in the game. We'll take one as well. 100-91 the lead for Cairns. Your QBL quarterfinal game of the week presented to you by Nothing But Net Media. Back with you at Cornubia Park Sports Complex. 100-91 the lead for Cairns over Logan. It was a good time out there by Coach O'Loughlin, just trying to give his team a breather and set their offense with the pressure coming from Logan.
Yeah, both teams got one timeout to give now.
And if we look at the fouls, Cairns on 4 team fouls, Logan on 3. Jerlina has it. He wants the horn set. And he's fouled by Obichet with the reach in.
What's he got now, Johnny? 4?
Obichet now has 2. That is his 4th. It's also the team's 4th team foul. Shea's got to be aware of that. One more and he's done.
I'd put him in on balls the last 2 minutes. Make him make a decision. Maybe get rid of him out of the game. That'd be a big loss for Logan.
Fisher dumps it off for Nuelu, who flips it up and in.
Well, when he's that deep, that's just tough. Tough to defend.
Yeah, you can't let Fisher get his feet in the paint like that. And then Logan turns it over. That's a tough one to swallow for the Thunder.
Big one there. Simmons had the right idea.
Now we're under 2 to go. The lead is 11 for Cairns. Krislovic goes inside. Nuelu double teamed. Now Krislovic hands off for Nuelu. Reverse layup is good. Michael Nuelu has been tremendous here again. He's got, I'm not sure, I think he's got 23 as well.
That is the game, Johnny.
3-pointer is off. Jerlina hands off. Krislovic puts it down with 2 hands. And Coach Can going to take the timeout with his team down 15 and 1:20 left. Cairns breaks the pressure and Krislovic dunks it home. Is that going to be it for the Logan Thunder with 1:20 to go in the game, Dave?
Yeah, absolutely. And again, Cairns very reminiscent of their grand final win a couple of years ago against Brisbane, where they came in, they executed super duper when it matters. No answer from Logan as to that horn set, those mismatches. And between Nuella and Big Fab, they've just killed them down low.
And Nuella's been tremendous. And then you had Jerlina on the outside. Fisher also was tremendous tonight. This has been, if you're the Cairns Marlins, you couldn't have pictured this happening any better than the performance they've put on here tonight.
They have put a dream performance on. And again, Logan haven't been bad. You know, they've been pretty good. I mean, you know, Simmons has got 19 and 12. Mitch Young's got 25 points, 7 boards. He's been tough every time he's got a catch as well. Those 3-pointers really killed them throughout the game. Cairns shot the ball really well.
And Logan has struggled a bit from deep.
Yeah, absolutely. Only 9 of 26.
So we've got 1:23 to go in the game. Cairns looking like they're going to spring somewhat of an upset as they're the lower seed in this matchup. Shea's going to fire a 3. That's good from Obichet. Deficit now down to 12, and Logan going to have to pick up some pressure. Jerlina in trouble. He's fouled.
Well, that'll be shots now.
That one's going to go against Rayshawn Simmons. It's the 15th foul against Logan. It's going to send Christian Jerlina to the free throw line for 2 shots. You got to think Cairns going to spend the next minute 11 on the free throw line.
Geez, good game of hoops tonight, Johnny, for our first men's quarterfinal action.
It's been a
terrific
great
crowd.
game.
You know, really good quality of game. And you know, on other nights, Logan's taken the cookies, but tonight Cairns has shot the ball really well.
Simmons skips it. Cedar on the wing. Pass is tipped out of bounds. It's going to stay with Logan. "14 points, the lead here for Cairns, Dave. A minute to go. I knew Cairns was going to come out swinging, Dave, but this performance has just been absolutely shocking to me in the sense of I just didn't think Cairns was going to put this on Logan the way that they have, as Amars fouls Kwani at the rim. But the shooting performance and the balance that Cairns has shown, we knew that they were a balanced team, but you look at the score sheet. Jerlina's got 32, Nuelu's got 23, Krizlovic with 17, Fisher's got 19. I mean, this has just been an amazing all-around performance from Cairns.
Yeah, and obviously they're going to feel pretty good about themselves heading into next week. And, you know, like we talked about it maybe a week or two ago online, you know, any of the 8 teams really, you know, can win it from here. And so it's, you know, it's going to be how well do you scout, how well do you execute on the night. And so Cairns have done a really good job tonight, coming in down to a wonderful, you know, venue in Logan, and they're going to steal the 3-6 upset.
Yeah, let's take a look and see what's happening in some of the other games, Dave. And you look at it, it's a very close one up at the Sunshine Coast. Rip up 2, 87-85 on the Capitals. It's a final in Mackay as they're going to win 92-74. And a tight one in Townsville, 53-50, the Heat lead. But Logan not going to foul here with about 20 seconds to go. And the Cairns Marlins going to come into Logan and pick up a huge win to move on to the semifinals. As Kwani fouled, they're not going to give him that easy one driving to the basket. Going to go against DeMar. But you got to think, Dave, Mackay has won. Rip are up on Brisbane here. Actually, it's in overtime. The live stats tricked me there. It's 85 all in overtime up at the Sunshine Coast. And let's take a look at what's happening in Townsville. As at the halftime break, the Heat are up 3 on the Gold Coast Rollers. Ben Leolofi is going to check in for a couple minutes. And Cairns also going to empty the bench. Nathan Lemke going to check in. Joe Matusek. Jared Pryor also in for the Marlins. I just can't say it enough, though, Dave. It was just a really excellent overall performance from Cairns. I thought they were good in spurts defensively. Did a good job. It seemed to me like they really focused on shutting out Simmons and Shea. And I thought overall they did a good job defensively against those two as well.
Yeah, I agree, Johnny. I mean, I think, you know, you can't knock. The offense obviously was handy, but it was a pretty free-flowing game. So 94 points is a lot.
Kwani puts it down with 2 hands, and that's going to do it as the Cairns Marlins come in to Logan and they defeat the Thunder 112-94. An awesome game, an awesome performance from the Cairns Marlins, and the Logan Thunder upset here. They definitely didn't want to go home with their first home quarterfinal. It just wasn't their night, Dave. 112-94, the win for Cairns. And like we said, well-balanced overall performance from Cairns to pick up the upset win.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think we've talked about it enough, Johnny. Terrific win. Cairns progress, and obviously a really good season for Logan too, so they should be proud of their achievement. Finishing 3rd was a terrific effort. Again, they've continued to build their program the right way. So Coach Cairns had a really good season as well.
Yeah, Coach Cairns, probably one of the top coaches in the league during the regular season. Just didn't have the performance that they were hoping for here, Logan. Let's take a look at some of the final statistics for both teams, though, Dave.
Yeah, I see to finish with 12, Tommy Amar 17, Obi Shea 21, Young 25, and Simmons 19. And for the victorious Cairns Marlins, Fisher 19, K-Squared 19, Jelena 32 points on 15 attempts. It's pretty handy. Noelle was tough as well, 23 points. and Big Fab 17. Just a super performance from Cairns.
Yeah, Jerlina was amazing in that first half. He was quiet in the second half. Surprised, but the other players stepped up. Nuelu was awesome from tip to finish. Fisher was fantastic again. It was just a great performance from Cairns. They came out swinging. They grabbed that early lead, and they really fought all the way from the opening tip to the final whistle.
Yeah, we talked about pace, and they really did, for most parts, control the game, which is, that's what the veteran teams can do, and especially in playoff basketball, that's why they're moving forward, and they're in the top 4.
Yeah, Cairns definitely moving on. We're not sure where we'll be next week. It's all going to be relevant to what happens with the rest of the quarterfinal games going on, but congratulations to the Cairns Marlins moving on to the semifinals. A 112-94 win here over the Logan Thunder. That's going to do it for us here from Cornubia Park Sports Complex. For my co-commentator Dave Derwin, for Chris Sieber on the camera, and also for James Bowman and the Australian Sports Network for all of their technical and graphic support. I'm John Guarna. Thanks everyone for tuning in to another presentation of QBL basketball by Nothing But Net Media.